In the late 1980s, the small, close-knit communities of Miramichi were torn apart by fear. Allan Legere, a convicted murderer, escaped custody and unleashed a reign of terror so brutal it earned him the name the Monster of the Miramichi. This is the story of a killer who turned a peaceful town into his haunting ground. Allan Legere's story begins in 1986 when he was convicted of a brutal murder in Black River Bridge, New Brunswick. Legere and two accomplices had attacked and killed a local shopkeeper, John Glendenning, during a robbery. Sentenced to life in prison, Legere seemed destined to remain behind bars. But in May 1989, while being transported to a hospital for a medical appointment, Legere overpowered his guards and escaped. His breakout marked the beginning of a reign of terror that would paralyze the Miramichi region for 7 months. Legere escaped, ignited widespread fear, known for his sadistic tendencies and violent past. He became Canada's most wanted man. Rural homes were fortified, doors were locked, and trust among neighbors began to erode. Legere's attacks were as calculated as they were brutal. He targeted elderly residents, often choosing homes in isolated areas over the course of 7 months. He committed a series of murders characterized by extreme violence, including beating, strangulation, and arson. His victims, defenseless and unsuspecting, were subjected to unimaginable horror. The media dubbed him the monster of the Miramichi, and his actions sent shockwaves across Canada. Police launched one of the largest manhunts in the country's history, employing helicopters, roadblocks, and cannon units. But Legere, with his knowledge of the dense woods and remote terrain, evaded capture time and time again. As weeks turned into months, the Miramachi community was gripped by paranoia. Residents carried weapons for protection, and attendance at churches and community gatherings dwindled. Legere's ability to strike at will shattered the illusion of safety in the tranquil countryside. Legere's spree ended on November 24, 1989, when he was finally captured by the police after a tip from a vigilant truck driver. His arrest brought relief to a region that had lived in terror for nearly a year. In 1991, Legere was tried for 4 murders and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His crimes were so heinous that he was one of the first Canadian prisons to be designated a dangerous offender, ensuring he would never walk free again. Today, Allan Legere remains incarcerated, his name synonymous with one of Canada's darkest chapters. For the people of Miramichi, the scars left by his reign of terror linger, a haunting reminder of the fragility of peace. Allan Legere's escape and subsequent killing spree shattered this quiet life of a rural community, leaving behind a legacy of fear. He may be behind bars, but the shadows of the monster of the Miramichi still looms large, a stark reminder of the darkness that can hide in the most unexpected places.